Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this Elecife M.2 portable hard drive enclosure. So this was provided to me by Elecife, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful, I'll put a link to this in the description on Amazon, and if you use that link it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost anything extra. I'll also put a limited time promo code in the description too. So let's look at the package here. It says this product adopts the RTL9210B high-level control chip. So that would be a Realtek chip. That is the company that makes the actual chip that does the processing. ABS and polycarbonate high-temperature resistant materials and aluminum alloy shell. The USB port supports positive and negative blind insertion and supports both M.2 NVMe, PCIe, and SATA NGFF. And that's next generation form factor protocols, which can avoid protocol compatibility issues, effectively save time, and be more efficient. USB-C 3.2 Gen 2 transmission speeds up to 10 gigabits per second, and compatible with USB 3.1, 3.0, 2.0, and 1.1. So this goes back really far. You could plug this in a really old computer. Supports four sizes: 2230, 2242, 2260, 2280 of M.2 SSDs. Supports M key, B plus M key 2 kinds of physical shapes. Support M.2 NVMe, PCIe, and SATA NGFF 2 protocols. Support maximum digital storage capacity of 2 terabytes. Aluminum alloy material can effectively dissipate heat. Supports Windows 7, 8, 8.1, 10, Linux, Mac, and Android. So we have a user's manual here. So here's a couple more specs. It supports UASP, and that's USB attached SCSI protocol, and that is a performance thing. So you want that on your external drives for speed. Supports trim command, and the dimensions are 119 by 40 by 14 millimeters. So installation, it says slide the cover open, put the SSD inside, make sure it's aligned properly, press it down to secure it, and put the back cover back in place. It talks about formatting it, has some question and answers there. So this comes with two sets of cables. It comes with a USB-C to USB-C and a USB-C to USB-A. So you would use this on older computers. If you're using a computer with USB-C, you'd want to use USB-C for the highest performance. But it's nice that it has USB-A for compatibility reasons. So you could transfer something with your fast computer to the drive and then plug it into, say, an older computer that only has USB-A. And here's the enclosure. So we have plastic here and aluminum here. Here's the USB-C port. And of course it's getting power from this cable, so you don't have to plug in a big power brick or anything. So I'll slide this open like so. So this is one hollow piece of aluminum. This is the plastic. It looks like it has a little ball bearing detent there to hold the cover on. So that presses against the case here. And the case is keyed, so you don't want to put it on backwards. There's a little bit of plastic here and a little groove in the enclosure. So when you put it back on, that will line up. So the SSD I'm installing on this today is a Samsung 980 1 terabyte drive. So I'll press that in there. Like so. Okay, you want to make sure it's bottomed out so I can't see any of the conductors here. And then I'll press it down, and you can see it has these little tabs here for the different sizes of drive. So I have the biggest drive. So I'll press that in here. That'll lock it in place. You can see that little clip is holding it down, and then I can replace the cover. Like so. So I think that's very handy. I've used quite a few of these enclosures, and a lot of them will come with a little screwdriver, and you have to keep track of that screwdriver, or have a screwdriver around if you ever want to swap the drives. So this is very nice that it's toolless. It's completely toolless too. Some will have a case you can pull off, but you still need a screwdriver to get the hard drive out. So to take this out, I'll just press on this little clip here. The SSD will pop up. I'll pull it out. I can put it back in. And I'm just going to pry on that just a little bit, then I don't have to push as much on the SSD. So very easy to do. So now this is ready to go. So now I can plug the USB-C cable in here. So I'm going to plug this into my Mac Mini with the M1 processor, and we'll get some benchmarks. Okay, I'm on my Mac Mini. I'll plug the drive in. So I'll open up Disk Utility. I'll click on this external drive, and now I can format it. So under View here, I'll make sure I'm showing all devices, and then I'll click on Erase. And since I'm on a Mac, I can use APFS. If you wanted to use this on Windows, you might use FAT or exFAT. And if you wanted to use it on Mac and Windows, you'd want to use either of those formats, Mac or exFAT. On Windows, you could also use NTFS. So I'll erase this. I'll hit Done. Close this. So on the left, you see the drive here. So first I'll open up Blackmagic Speed Test. I'll click on the gear. I'll select the drive. I'll start the test. So here we're getting around 910 megabytes per second write speed and about 853 megabytes per second read speed. So this could vary depending on many different things. the system you're using, the drive you're using. But since we're using USB-C, this is a lot faster than using the older USB 3 interface with a SATA drive. Going with an NVMe drive and a USB-C interface, you can achieve these higher speeds. So I'll stop this test. Now I'll run another test. It's similar to Crystal Disk Mark, but it's on a Mac. It's called Amorphous Disk Mark. So I'll open that up. I'll choose the drive, and I'll start the test. Okay, that test completed. So you can see on the sequential read and writes, we got similar performance to Blackmagic speed test, with the reads being a little bit faster here. So next I'm going to copy these 4 ISO files, they're around 4 gigabytes each, over to the drive, and I'm going to use the terminal to do that. That way I can time it. I'm also going to record this with a thermal camera so we can check out the temperature of the enclosure. So that finished up. It took 22 seconds to move around 20 gigabytes. So let's take a look at this with the thermal camera. So here we see the enclosure. The enclosure at the hottest point is around 93 degrees, and the rest of the enclosure is around 90 degrees. So it's definitely not hot to the touch. So now let's switch over to my 2012 MacBook Pro. So this is a 9-year-old computer, and we'll run the same speed test on there with the USB-A interface. Okay, so now we're on the 2012 MacBook Pro. We're connected in using USB 3.0. So here we're getting around 400 megabytes per second at write speeds and 422 megabytes per second read speeds. This is a great option if you want to transfer files from an old computer to a new computer, because you can transfer to the older computer at the slower speed of your USB 3, and then when you plug it into the new computer, you get to take advantage of that speed to offload the files that you've loaded onto the drive. And this also works with SATA drives, so if you do have a SATA drive in this form factor, you can plug that in here. I know that's not supported by a lot of enclosures, so it's nice to have that capability. So that's the Elecife M.2 portable hard drive enclosure. I really like the toolless design on this. I think that's a huge feature of this. I like that it runs cool, and I like that it's compatible with pretty much everything. You have USB-A, USB-C, M.2 NVMe, and SATA. So if you're looking for a very versatile, modern, portable hard drive enclosure, this is a great option. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.